everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is Winter is Fun, a Winter House podcast, season 3, episode 5. We're going to dive right in because it was a really great episode. Check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have It's About the Pasta Vanderpump Rules podcast, and One Season Wonders. Also, this podcast doubles as Summer is Fun. Actually, triples because it's Summer is Fun and Summer House is Fun, Martha's Vineyard edition. So just a lot happening on this page. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. You know, we've been doing a live show now for 4 weeks and we don't have any reviews.
You know
so if
what?
you have a good thought about us, tell us.
Please, I actually look for them every Monday still, and I
do
see
too.
nothing.
And we're disappointed constantly. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Vanderpasta. I've been lacking with my TikToks, but I sent myself a bunch of new ones to do. So everyone go check that out because eventually I will do them. And join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to all of our fun pre-shows. And you get to hear me like mess up more words because I talk more. But our pre-shows are where Meredith and I and sometimes Sarah talk about whatever the hell we want. And then also you get access to any episodes we record early, including this one. It was on the Patreon first. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we go back and we watch old seasons from the past, we will do an after show so we can discuss Bravo news without giving away spoilers on the current or on the season show.
And we watch so much Bravo. We talk about all Bravo at that point.
That was our whole pre-show today. So just like fucking do it, I guess. And then also we'll say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Darby, Dee, Dustin, Gabriella, Jackie, Jamie, Kirsten, Casey, Kelsey, Christy, Lauren, Sarah L, Sarah R, Tierney, Tonette, Tracy, Emily, Gina, Isabella, Jennifer, Jesse, Leanne, Rebecca, Rio, Robin, Taylor, and Tara.
Woo-hoo!
Wow. When I'm not thinking about it, I am successful.
I know. You just got to go in with confidence and not stress yourself out. It's just like life.
I think it's because I'm just so tired. I read what I read. I don't even know if that was right, you guys. It is now.
If your name is missing, don't give Alicia grief. Just this one.
Sorry about it. Send me hate mail. For $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we do live seasons, which is now and which will be the next, I don't know, 7 to 10 years of our lives. I will post on the Patreon, guess who is early this week, and ask for your questions, comments, opinions, concerns, whatever you want to tell us, and we will read them on the podcast. Call it Podcast by the People.
You're really crushing it this week, Alicia.
I almost said patron by the people, but I didn't. And then also we'll pick a patron of the episode. So this week's patron of the episode is Casey, because she's been missing us as far as like giving some thoughts, but she's back and she gave us season 5 thoughts, or not season 5, episode 5 thoughts. So
of Summer House,
Casey. Because I posted this early and she was early by putting it here. Like she's our only episode 5 thoughts so far. So
can't wait.
Casey. But that being said, we have some episode 4 thoughts before we get into this episode.
Okay.
So let it be Podcast by the People. So
let it be.
Tonette, what?
I said, let it be.
I love that. I'm gonna start that. That's how I say it now. Should we come up with a jingle for fun? I don't know.
What is with you wanting to do musical acts for all of a sudden?
I've been going to see a lot of musicals recently,
true.
Meredith.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
All right, that's it. That's it.
Tonette said, I'm a little late because I moved from my apartment to a different one with only friends and without a mover. Never doing that again, never. Tonette, I could have told you that was a dumb idea.
Movers
I only hire movers.
Are the best money you can ever spend in your entire life.
The best kind of comfort money. Anywho, Amanda made me smile when I saw her on screen. I just genuinely missed her. Love, love, love that her and Danielle are closer, but even more, love that Kyle unpacked her stuff like a good husband. That's right.
True.
We support a good husband. She also said would have gone with the boys to ride the side by side opposed to horseback riding. I think it's a hard choice, but I respect you choosing. I still refuse to pick one. Tonette said, hang on. So now you're saying she's your girl? Corey, my friend, you went about this all shades of wrong. I liked her response to it all, but it definitely could have and should have been handled by taking her to the side. Oh, Casey could have handled it better. Yeah, stop ruining our cultural dinners. That's all I can say.
Honestly, like you can do it in front of people, just not at the dinner table.
But I do respect, I like that he finally fucking chose a side. Like, don't yell at people. So, and then Tonette said, did Amanda get top lip injections? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I haven't really looked at her lips, but I will next episode.
She's just so gorgeous, Tonette. I don't know. She could do anything. And
that's
I'm
the thing is,
I'm enamored.
Yeah, I think I'm just so obsessed with her that I don't even look at the finer details because I'm just in awe.
Unless she dyed her hair black, Meredith and I just think she's gorgeous.
I think I would quickly move past that. Still be
gorgeous.
Yeah.
She would still be gorgeous. Okay, Dee said, I appreciate Casey owning her high school mean girl behavior. She should have said something before it was brought up to her, but I feel like she owned it. I do too. And it kind of shut everyone up about it. Danielle didn't seem pleased with Casey's response, but what else could she say? Hopefully, it's a growing experience for her. That being said, I hope Casey is a one-season wonder and doesn't return. Oh my God, Dee, I see what you did there. Thank you so much for plugging our podcast. Everyone go listen. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think Casey's chaos, and I think she's a really good C character to just kind of be there.
She is the best white blonde girl that we have had.
Yes, we've had some bad duds.
But isn't it so funny how the white blonde girl cannot anchor herself in a show?
She can't stick.
Or on this show specifically.
I mean,
even Lindsay is out of here.
Yeah, it's winter house. White blonde girls don't do well in winter, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so.
I don't know what it is. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So let's get into this episode. It was so good. I just want to talk about it the whole time. So previously on Winter House, Amanda came. Danielle's been hooking up with Alex, but it's just casual. So casual that Alex didn't even know that Danielle is newly single, even though like the rest of us knew that. And we've talked about it in the house. Alex, though, keeps fawning over Jordan in front of Danielle and it's bothering Danielle because she's off of a new breakup. Anyway, Brian is feeling Casey, but now he's into Riley, who might kill him. Schwartz feels like it's disrespectful to kiss Katie, but he does it anyway in the back of a van. All right. So it's Thursday, 10:42 p.m. They're home very early from the bar, although I don't know what time this town closes.
Oh, good point. But I mean, they spent a decent amount of time at that bar.
That's why I thought, but also they came home and partied. So I was like, maybe the bar closed.
I feel like 10's too early. Oh, maybe I was going to close at 11. So you don't want to be
11 midnight. And they were like, let's just go now.
Yeah.
Okay. Schwartz and Katie made out in the back of the van. Katie says Schwartz is the one that kissed her. And Schwartz is like, it just happened. Because he never knows how his actions actually happen.
Well, and he's not very actionable person. So I think even when he does something, he surprises himself. He's like confused.
He does anything and he's like, wow,
that's amazing. Crazy. How'd that happen?
Riley already goes to bed, and I would just like to say to anyone who has ever said, I'm excited to see Riley on my screen, this, if anything, should tell you that she's a fucking dud. Get her off the screen.
I was happy. No, I was so happy she went to bed though. I was like, let's go.
Okay, Danielle walks in on Alex and Jordan taking a cute picture and she drunkenly stumbles back.
Danielle this entire night is like,
listen, I get it. You are sad that you had a breakup. You're getting attention from a different man. Your man's probably going to watch, and if not watch, see clips of this show. So you're like, I just want this man to be fawning over me in front of my ex-man, right? But then he's not. And then also you're really sad. And I've been here. I have been here.
It's such an ego, like soul-crushing moment when the person you want attention from is giving attention to anyone else, even if it's just on a friendship level. You're like,
yeah, you're just
fuck
like, no,
this. Yeah, she's becoming sad girl, and she's drunk.
And she's drunk.
Drunk Danielle is me. I don't know why, but I get so sad, and then everybody's actions, I'm like, wow, everybody hates me.
I'm drunk Danielle in the sense that I would see this and be like, now I'm super sad. And I would just I wouldn't get mad. I would just sit there and pout. Be
Yeah,
like,
but at some point, like he would notice, and I would be willing to have the argument she has later.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm totally fine. As tears like stream my face. Okay, Kyle and Schwartz talk outside. Schwartz says he doesn't want to be in a relationship, but he likes Katie, but he can't be in this relationship. But Katie does capture the essence of an early 90s supermodel. And Kyle's like, hey, guess what? I don't think Katie's looking for a relationship, considering she lives on a fucking boat and travels for work, but you could just fuck her. And
That's
Schwartz
a
is like,
thing.
Schwartz is like, oh, I can't because her name's Katie. And I just want all the men who are named Tom to realize, do you know how many Toms people can date? Okay, so just Katie's a very common name.
I know
It happens.
Toms are out for me, not just because of Bravo now. This year of Toms has been terrible for
Bravo forever.
For everyone at Bravo, but also for me personally.
Schwartz cannot get over this name. He feels like he's hurting his ex-wife, Katie.
I think the problem too is this is public, you know. If he was just like in a bar and met a Katie, I think it would be hard for him. It would like give him a little like, ugh. But I think he would be able to move forward. To do this on a public stage is a little different. Like,
I agree. Also, though, I love how Bravo shaded him and brought up a clip from back in the day when he made out with someone while he was in a relationship with his ex-wife Katie, and her name was Kate. So I mean, he can do it well in a relationship with Katie,
but now he's going to
he's seen
has some boundaries.
Yeah, he really has respect for this woman now.
Yeah.
God damn
just
it.
in the Katie department though, let's be honest.
If you don't watch Vanderpump Rules, this is Tom. This whole he's like,
that's so true.
I can do it in a relationship, but not now.
That, but also he says he's gonna do something, he doesn't follow through, but then he like whines about it like he's the victim because he can't make out with a Katie because he set some arbitrary rules.
I know. Fuck his ex-wife Katie because of her, he can't hook up with another Kate. Like it's so
But he's the hero and the victim at the same time.
Yeah, because he not only doesn't hurt his ex-wife Katie, but he doesn't get laid. So you feel bad for him, but you love him.
I also don't understand.
God,
I don't get why he's like, I don't want to be in a relationship. Like, sir, there is an in between. Like, I don't think you need I don't think situationships are great, but you're on vacation. Like, vacation hookups are great.
Weeks.
Yeah.
And you're about to go get your ass handed to you at a reunion. Like it's totally
get
fine
laid.
I'm
actually on your side of getting laid.
Your ex-wife Katie is not on your good side already. Just make it worse. It's okay.
But this really won't tip her over the edge. I don't think he truly understands like what makes her mad and doesn't. Like this will not infuriate her. I think she'll be like kind of annoyed because of course it has to be a Katie, you know, like that type of thing is just like
she would clown him.
Yeah.
She would clown him. It would be hilarious. Anyway, so Alex keeps telling Jordan that she's hot and she's flirting like a little bit back. Corey calls Sam his kind of sort of girlfriend. Casey asks to pee with Brian so they can solidify their friendship.
This is a girl thing. I never thought about how this is such a girl bonding moment.
This friend zone. I mean, Amanda caught them coming out of the bathroom and Casey's like, we just peed together. And Amanda's like, oh no, Brian.
If I peed in front of a boy, you are a friend forever.
I peed in front of one boy and he dates men. So
I feel like I have in front of my like this sounds weird, but my family friend little brother. I feel like I have. But like it's like turn around. Like we just need to chit chat and I have to pee.
Yeah, if you fucking
but like there's no romantic relationship. No.
Okay, Malia, such a good friend. I want Malia to be my best friend. Riley's like dying, so Malia brings her water and puts her to bed with a blanket. Riley couldn't even get under the covers, and Malia's like, "Here, let me help you." I would have been like, "What?"
I'm never someone who gets that drunk. Like I can always take care of myself. No shame in people who can, but like I care about sleeping under the covers so much. Like I care about my sleep a lot. I care about certain things a lot that this will never be me.
I call myself a lot a self-sufficient drunk, where I'm maybe blacked out, but I'll always get in my pajamas and go to bed. I don't know why. Okay. Alex and Jordan head outside. Danielle sees them. She's very upset at this point. Jordan, though, doubles down in her interview. She's like, I'm never going to hook up with Alex. but I'm gonna flirt because that's
And
what
I
we always
believe
do.
her. And I think if Danielle was sober, she'd be able to read this slightly differently.
Yes, I also think if Danielle was sober and not sad, she could just be like, Jordan, why do you keep flirting with Alex? And she'd be like, I'm never gonna do. Like there
Yeah.
needs, I understand how it looks. I feel like if Jordan also had just said what she's saying in her interviews to
I
Danielle,
know. I think
if she
sometimes
was
we
just like,
don't realize as girls, just as people, I guess, how other people are taking things and how like we need to just
yeah,
communicate like what's in our head to other people. Like people
mhm.
cannot read our minds.
No, yeah. But you try your best.
Yes,
Fine.
100%. No, there's no like fault here in Jordan. There's just always
No.
things we can do better, you know?
There's no fault in Jordan. There's no fault in Danielle. I think it's a big miscommunication and it
100%.
just looks really bad.
Yeah.
But Alex knows exactly what he's doing. He's trying to get with Jordan.
1000%.
So
1000%.
Kyle put Schwartz and Katie together in a hug because Kyle is so obsessed with this couple. And then Casey flings chips all over the kitchen.
Oh
And
God, that
then
pissed me off so
that made me
much.
so mad. I would have eaten those chips,
Don't waste the
Casey.
food, but also then we have to clean it up. Like people are
Yeah.
gonna chomp on these like with their feet, and then like it's gonna get so dirty. I got so angry when I saw that.
Although we all know that Malia is going to be the one to clean it up.
True, very true, very true.
So, blah blah blah. Oh, Danielle is really annoyed at Alex and Jordan, and then Alex comes over to her, and then she's like, she's drunkenly forgotten that she's mad. So she's like, "When should we have sex?" And then he like doesn't really answer, and then she kisses his cheek, and he tells her to take it easy.
I don't
So
think
she's
she
like,
forgot. I think she's like overplaying her hand and trying to get
"Oh,
his attention even more, like
yeah,
distract him,
probably."
like with the sexual favor she will give him that Jordan will obviously not like, hey, remember
Oh, yeah,
I'm the
probably.
one. And then he's like, whoa, you're being like really clingy, which this is total like when you're just so drunk and you want the attention so bad, you overdo it. And then it's like such a turn off.
It's so hard to watch because I've been here, like I've
Yes.
said.
Yes.
So I'll never not love Danielle. We've talked about
Oh
this.
my
So
God.
even
I
when it's
literally,
cringe,
I
even when
saw
it's cringe,
myself in this and I felt horrid watching
I think
myself.
that's why we can never hate Danielle is that she's just the people,
Yeah,
like a normal person gets dropped into this world and we just understand her fully.
true.
Like there's a lot of people I can't relate to, but it's Danielle
Danielle,
for
I'm like
me.
watching with one eye open, being like, oh my God, these are my nightmares I have about
It just
myself.
everything you've done hits you and you're just like,
Yes.
oh
It like
no.
solidifies how bad it looks when you're watching
Yeah,
it with sober eyes.
hilarious.
Maybe I need to start watching this drunk.
I hope so. We'd be like, and then Danielle did the best thing ever as the dick, like just the other side. So Danielle goes outside because she's out, and Alex follows her outside, which I was like, dude, just let her be
That's the
pissed,
thing.
my
Now you're going to
guy.
be attentive to her? No,
And then he's
no.
like, hey, hang out with me. And I was like, no.
That's the thing. Whenever I've already bid for your attention and you basically deny me, now you want it. Now I don't want it, you know?
Yeah. So this is Danielle. She tells him she doesn't like being disrespected because if you're going to have sex with her in the house, you're not going to have sex with anyone else in the house, which it's just a house rule like that you
Yes.
should just take into consideration. But
Mm-hmm.
also, I'm pissed because on Alex's season of Below Deck, he something like very similar to this happened and he was he was like you can't have sex with multiple people on the boat,
Oh, like
like he was that side.
he was in the triangle, not the one I'll say picking.
No. So the triangle was
Oh,
Daisy, Colin, and Gary, and
oh,
Daisy and
yes, yes,
Gary didn't
yes.
tell Colin that they had hooked up. And Alex was like, "It's really shady that they didn't tell." Dude, it's kind of similar. Like
Yeah.
it's
You
all
just don't,
shady.
it's messy unless it happens to be like a one and done thing where you both are like, that'll never happen again. Like then you could
Yeah,
maybe move on, but still you gotta really communicate about
yeah.
it.
So Alex says he's just been flirting with Jordan, and that's what he's always been doing. And then Danielle came out of left field for him. He's just confused because Danielle used to be all about him talking to Jordan. But I would just like to point out that's
Oh,
before they slept together.
I agree. And I think boys struggle with this stuff is also sometimes we say things to be like, I don't like you that much, or like put some
We're trying to
distance
gauge
between
you.
us. Yes.
So if I tell you, oh, go hang out with Jordan, and you're like, no, I'm gonna hang out with you, that tells me you don't like Jordan.
That like you're more into me, like you're gonna pursue me. You can
Yes.
also like Jordan, but that you're pursuing me. Like,
yes,
you're right. It's a gut check. You're so right.
It's just a quick
which,
little
like
check.
I need to stop doing things like that and just fucking be honest. But
yeah, but we can't. But we never will.
No.
Okay, so Danielle says that's fine. Like then no more sex. And Alex cannot compute. And now they're arguing on whether Danielle told him to stop talking to Jordan or not. And then Danielle gets upset and wants to walk away. And he calls her immature. And now they're arguing again.
It's funny because Alex isn't as drunk as Danielle is. And so like her sentences are not as like an
but he
argument.
keeps interrupting her, which makes her mad.
It's so
she
funny
gets jumbled
watching this argument go down because I'm like, oh, this is not good.
This, you know, when they say like don't argue with a really drunk person, that is what Alex is doing. And it's not working out for either.
I even if he has any points, you're never gonna get through to her. No. Like this just isn't worth it. And he not being that drunk should realize that. Like he seems decently sober, that like he realizes he probably shouldn't be arguing with her. Or like she is kind of spiraling.
Is hilarious. Honestly, I think both of them seemed like they were super hammered, but Danielle was like stumbling. Danielle was like, as far as their argument, when he's like, what do you mean no more sex? And she's like, no more sex. You're not gonna do this. And he's like, well, I can't compute. You're the one. Like his argument made him like, if he said those words drunk, I'd be like, yeah.
I think that's how he is sober.
She was the one stumbling. I think he was sober, but his argument was a drunk argument.
He makes no sense ever. So like to me, I'm like, all right, that checks. Alex is stupid.
It was rough. So then Katie finds Schwartz in his room and she's like, oh, stop checking your phone and reading the bullshit messages. And I go, I know those bullshit messages. They're from Scandival.
100%. He is like stressing. But you know what? She's right though. Like, listen, you left, LA behind. Don't like dive into all these text messages now. Like leave it at the door. Have fun. Like escape it.
I completely agree. I just think it's so funny to finally see, like, I wish Bravo had cameras on everyone, just like post Scandal to watch them read messages and be sad.
Oh my God.
I would have died. This was hilarious. He's just like laying there and he's like, everyone's just sending me sad text messages.
Yeah, they're probably like freaking out. Where the fuck are you? Have you seen the like Yelp reviews that are going up?
I bet it's like, ex-wife Katie. Like, you're such a dick.
And Greg, the business partner, being like, Katie, where are you?
After him. Corey does a backflip. Malia does a handstand. Brian attempts a cartwheel. Malia's cleaning while being drunk because she's crazy. But I love it. Everyone needs this person in a house. So then Amanda finds Alex outside and asks what happened with Danielle. And Alex tells her it's just so intense for him. Meanwhile, Danielle's walking around the house being like, you're fine. He's not going to ruin your night. This is fine. We're fine. And so then, what we didn't really see, or I didn't comprehend, was that she put on her bathing suit and then she walks outside and she's like, she looks at Alex and she's like, you're not going to ruin my night. I'm going in the hot tub.
This is how I really knew she was way drunker.
Oh, I have been here again.
Oh, God. This is going to make me do a dry January, like watching this, because I'm like, oh, Meredith, I know I've been here.
Oh my God, when you're like, you're not going to ruin my I have said that quote somewhere 100%.
And I love Amanda being like, do not respond.
Thank God for Amanda just being like, hey, Alex, shut the fuck up. But Amanda gets it. She's like, Danielle's not in a good place right now. Like Amanda can see it too. Like Alex can't comprehend, but Amanda's like, just,
Yep.
But Alex is so mad. He stomps downstairs and he's mad at Danielle. So now it's 1:21 a.m. Alex talks to Kyle and Casey and he's he says Danielle's upset that he wants to hang out with his friends and not her. And I was like, sir, that is not like,
nope, that is not the problem at all.
Man. And this is where I was like, Alex argues drunk, no matter how, like, no sense. There's nothing up there.
Well, he just doesn't have the logic to process why she would be frustrated with him.
Yeah, just my little Dulu guy, you know? But he swears he's done nothing wrong. So then Amanda is trying to get through her door that she has in her bedroom because it leads to like where the hot tub is, but she's locked out. So she's like, Danielle, I can't get to you. And I was like, my poor Danielle's really just alone. But someone struggling more than Danielle is Katie, because Katie's chugging olive oil.
Oh my God. Malia being like, Katie, that's olive oil. Like,
did she just think it was alcohol?
Yes, I think she thought she was going to take
it a little.
But I just don't think she was like going for taste, thinking about that. Because whenever you're chugging alcohol out of a bottle, you're trying really hard not to think about how terrible it is.
Oh, disgusting. So
that, like, the olive oil was going down smoother, you know?
That's true. She's probably like, this is delicious. Schwartz is in bed again. So Katie comes back in. Katie's again. I have seen myself in Katie. I have seen myself.
Flutters, I'll say. Like, she's excited about it.
Yeah. I have been Katie. Because she's like, hey, can we snuggle? And meanwhile, he's having like a mental breakdown, probably about Scandival. And then he tells her how disrespectful this is because her name is Katie, and also he has no mojo. And Katie's like, I don't give a fuck about your mojo. Can I cuddle with you or not?
With me, like that is really innocent. Just do it. Like,
so she cuddles him, and he lays there. Like
I can't. Oh my God, it is amazing. He had a 12-year relationship,
and I'm not gonna say, oh, she's like forcing this cuddle, because he is fully giving her mixed signals.
Yeah, yes,
fully. Tom Schwartz is at fault all the time. So Danielle's so upset right now. She wants to punch something. This is after she had a good cry in the hot tub, by the way. But then she texts Alex to get over it and come cuddle.
Oh, I've been here too. We're like, now you're down, like you're over being sad and you really just want the person next to you. This is so bad. This is so bad.
It's so funny. But he does. He's like, I'm already over it. So he gets up, he goes to bed, but Danielle is
passed
asleep
out.
And she's snoring. And he's like, fuck this. And he leaves.
Well, I get that. You're like, all right, if nothing's gonna happen, if we're not even gonna cuddle, like
I get it.
I'm not gonna listen to you snore.
No, absolutely. I'm a big person.
I like sleeping alone.
Person that hates snoring.
So if there's no benefit to sleeping in a bed with you, then we're not doing this.
I'm a snoring hater.
Same.
Like, my God. Okay, so now it's Friday, 10:13 a.m. Katie is back in her bed, but she was originally in Tom Schwartz's bed. She made it back around 5 a.m. And Malia is so nice. Malia's like, oh, I put your water outside of Tom Schwartz's bedroom so you can have it when you woke up.
I mean,
I want Malia to be my best friend.
But I never want her to turn against me.
No, that's very scary. Yeah. Just me and her forever, you know?
Yep.
Okay, Alex and Schwartz have a therapy session. Schwartz vents about how he just can't do it with Katie. So Alex tells him to just have the conversation, man. Amanda's puking because she's dehydrated. Everyone starts waking up to clean the kitchen. Danielle, my very drunk Danielle, doesn't remember what happened with Alex. No clues.
Which, you know what? That's for the best. That's sometimes. Like, I like to for it to be a little gray. Like, I delete drunk texts because sober Meredith doesn't need to know. Like, let's just not.
We don't. Yeah, this is fine. But Amanda, she does ask. Danielle's like, hey, what happened? And Amanda's like, you had a little kerfluffle. That's what she says. Kerfluffle. So
Amanda is such a great friend for giving half of the story, I'll say. Like, she doesn't need to know everything.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just like, it's fine. And then Amanda separately says she's here for bad bitch era Danielle. So we got to do what we got to do, you know? Okay, Schwartz brings Katie her water bottle. Brian does a little British rap while he gets dressed. Riley tells Jordan that Danielle and Alex got in a tiff. And Jordan's like, wonder why. And I was like, in the center, no idea. This is like the time Jordan cried and Malia had no idea why.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this is becoming, in a sense, so similar where like you think something's happening that's not, and we just need to be honest. We need a girl car ride to be like, oh my God, Alex won't stop flirting with me, but it's just fun to hang out with him. That's all it is.
Agreed. Alex and Danielle do hug the next morning, which honestly, Danielle's really good at not being awkward the next day. I would literally run outside and bury my head in the snow.
Hey, I'd want the counter in between us and be like, hey.
Hey, but no, they hug. They joke about how Alex was like, I went to your room, but then you were snoring, so I left. And
oh my God, that would send me in a spiral personally. And so like she's like, Danielle's that's really good. Wild.
She's really good. Okay, Danielle, though, she wants to be around Alex and wants like Alex to be around her. And this is when she's like, oh, I hate feelings. And I think the hookup after the very serious relationship needs to just be a one and done rando or someone you hate.
Oh.
That you just fuck, but you hate them. Yeah. Those have always worked. As someone who is Danielle in this situation, those have worked well for me.
Okay.
But if you even like the person a little bit, you're gonna stay. You're
gonna because you want more. And like Amanda says it perfectly, like you're used to having relationship things and like having the respect of being in a relationship, and you want that from some rando person who just walked into your life. Like that just, it's never gonna happen. And these are how situationships start. Just for everyone.
Yeah, this is it. So they invited the entire town to their Wild Wild West party. Schwartz is sad because he has to leave tomorrow, but he's got to check the bar that he just opened, and he's got to check in on his buddy Tom, because the Toms have been on a break for right now. And then I think it's absolutely hilarious when Schwartz is like, I know I have to return to LA, but like I have so much anxiety and I'm going back to film this reunion.
I needed them to put in the clip of him with the pill bottles at the reunion, like 3 days from now or whenever it was.
I wanted the one time he spoke up where he's like, Ariana, how did it feel to have the whole world on your side? The juxtaposition. And she goes, can I answer that? And he's like, oh yeah. And then he gets owned. That's what I love how he's like, the reunion. And I'm like, the reunion literally everyone has seen. Even if you've never watched another episode of Vanderpump Rules, that's the reunion.
I wanted a flash forward clip so bad. We always get flashbacks. Like, would have been a great flash forward.
It would have been amazing. Okay, Katie describes her kiss with Schwartz. Oh, because they're all laying on this bed. Now it's like Casey, Malia, Katie, and Schwartz has joined. And Katie's like, hey, our kiss was very high school. And he's like, oh, that's sweet. And then someone calls her Katie, and Schwartz is like, oh, and they're like, you really can't get past this name thing. And he's like, no, I can. Then Malia's like, I mean, your middle name Marie doesn't really suit you. And then Schwartz is like, oh my God, that's my ex-wife Katie.
That would really actually be that makes it actually that much worse.
The middle name's bad. Honestly, a Katie is like whatever.
Well, it like sucks, but like, shit happens.
Katie Marie, that's rough.
I feel like that really would draw the line in the sand for me if it was first and middle.
Schwartz's little emotional boner where he kind of had a crush on Katie Floody just like went down when he heard her middle name's Marie. Yeah. Rough. Okay, so it's Friday, 11:53 p.m. AM. Sorry, I think it's AM because that's very late. There's gonna be so many cowboys at this party. Also, Jason's coming, which is very exciting.
PM. It's 12:53 p.m. PM is noon. Or sorry, 12:53 p.m. is like noon, like lunchtime.
11:53.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said 12:53. I was like,
AM.
I was like, no, Jesus, no. We're back like in the morning.
I don't know what time it is. No,
I know. I have a really hard time following the days on this season versus like other seasons because I don't know. I'm just not tracking them personally.
Well, I got it. Friday, 11:53 a.m.
A.m. Okay.
Jason is coming, everyone, which is so exciting. I love Jason. Kyle's really hoping Jason will cook. I also feel that way. Corey takes a nap mid-conversation with Amanda. Danielle finds Alex in her bed, which I was like,
bed girl. Bed.
But They cuddle, and she asks him to give it more time. Like if he wants to have sex with someone else in the house, just like, not yet. Maybe
Let it
like
breathe.
give it a little time. Okay, so we have people going shopping and people staying at the house to decorate. So Amanda, Kyle, Danielle, Schwartz, and Brian go hat shopping. They discussed last night. Also, I just want to point out that Kyle's a very good driver. I would trust Kyle with me in a car.
I can imagine he's a good driver because he always had a car in this city. And I feel like if you have a car in a major city, you have to be a pretty decent driver.
Yeah. He backed it up in the spot, and I was like,
I cannot back in.
pretty
I
seamless.
mean,
And a big
bless up.
big SUV. That was pretty good. Yeah. So we're hat shopping. There's even a proper bar inside. It reminds me of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when they went to Colorado, and Kathy got the wrong kind of, or Lisa got the wrong kind of tequila.
Yeah, it's Kimosabi.
I hope it's the same
called. I don't think it is because they were in Aspen.
Try my friend Kendall Jenner's tequila 818. And that's destroyed
my friend.
A whole sisterhood.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Amanda obviously finds a dog. So she's busy. They invite the people at the store to join their party. Schwartz buys his situationship something. And at first I was like, the fuck did he get her? For $300?
Wild on the amount. But when he said situationship, I thought he was talking about Joe. For those who watch Vanderpump Rules, don't. He has like this kind of friend who was like living with him last season. I thought that's who because he said situationship. I wouldn't call Katie a situationship.
I immediately thought it was Katie. Never did Joe cross my mind.
I was like, fuck, is Joe still in the picture? Because if so, then you're like worried about
Joe's coming to the party.
Oh, God.
That's crazy. No. Schwartz, though, also, I never knew this, has a phobia of the ocean, even though he's from Florida and he lives in LA.
He's from Minnesota. He's not from Florida. His family lives in Florida.
Oh, you're right. Maybe that's why he never goes back to Florida. So the boys discuss how the vibes at the house are perfect. Kyle says it's really rare to go this long in a shared house without a blowout. Can't wait for that to change, right?
Yeah, so you're just asking for it. Even if like we don't know anything's gonna happen, you are asking like the universe to give you a fight.
Brian loves the house, but it sucks that he's striking out right and left. An ogre, am I right?
I died watching that clip again.
If I was in this house, Brian would be my number one choice. Danielle and Amanda become obsessed with the jacket that's over $1,000. Schwartz has to leave tomorrow, and Kyle keeps telling him what? The jacket?
$1,000. Yeah, I was like, girlie, put it back on the rack.
It's a lot of money. Well, Danielle's like, it's $1,000, and Amanda's like, just do it. And I was like, Amanda, you're a bad friend.
No, for one party, yes, Danielle kind of like dresses in this vibe. We do not need that jacket. Put it back on the rack, ladies.
You will wear it once.
Let me be the voice of reason. You will find a reason to wear it twice, but that is not enough.
No. Okay, Schwartz has to leave tomorrow, and Kyle keeps telling him that he's basically cock blocking himself. And Schwartz is like, but they have the same name. I can't do that to my ex-wife. And he goes, if the name was different, I would totally get with her. And Kyle's like, you can't let that drag you down. And Schwartz is like, I might though for like another year. I was like,
I can't believe him. I mean, he is truly one of a kind.
Like he's funny. He's so charming and funny. But he's so stupid. Like
I get caught up in it often. Like I'm like,
I do too.
He's such a nice guy. And then he goes, how long are you gonna let that drag you down? Maybe another year. Okay, so you actually don't care.
Oh, it was funny. Also, if the name was different, I would like the situation would be different. I'd totally hook up with her. Then you want to hook up with her. Just like fucking do it at this point.
For a hookup, yes. Like just do it. If you were like I understand not like going out and trying to find Katie's or like blacklisting Katie's when you're like dating. Like if you're like swiping on like Hinge or Raya, being like no to Katie's, like swiping left on those.
Yeah, it was just very telling because it'd be different if Kyle's like, if the name was different, would things change? And if Schwartz was like, no, it's still too early. I can't do that to like my ex-wife. So he doesn't actually care about his ex-wife. He's about this name. He just can't move on.
It's about him and this idea of being a good person, but that only has a 2-year post-divorce shelf
Also,
life.
it only goes as far as the name. If your name's not Katie, he'll totally fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, look back to the actual situationship. I thought he was talking about Joe. He literally had somebody living with him.
Like right after the divorce. Like,
yes.
Just no thoughts.
Yeah.
And let us not forget Rachel Raquel. In front of Kate. Like, no, yes. He has no respect.
Not related truly to the Scandival. He kissed Rachel, for those who don't know much about Scandival. He kissed the girl involved in the affair before the affair was full-fledged.
Just to spite his
ex-wife.
Just to spite, even though she
said she had a problem with it. It made him interested.
She said, do not hook up with Rachel, hook up with anyone else outside the friend group. And he was like, no, I must hook up with Rachel.
He was like, you know what, I wasn't going to, but now that you said something, I'm actually intrigued.
I bet ex-wife Katie is cheering for him to hook up with literally anyone else that's outside this
Move on,
friend group.
Please.
Yeah, this is fine. Anyway, back at the house, Chief Stu, who's not a Chief Stu, Malia, is in charge, and we are decorating. Malia would make a great Chief Stu. All she does is clean and boss people around, and that's at the essence what a Chief Stu must do.
Well, I just think people on boats just know how to get jobs done. Like, we don't have time to waste. We don't talk about doing something. We do it.
You know how when we need to get something done, we'll put on the TV and totally get lost and not do that thing, or like look at our phones? People on boats do not. They are like a task we must finish.
Yeah.
They don't.
I've gotten good at not letting like excuses build up. Like if a thought pops in my head that I need to do something, I just do it. I've started to do that.
Okay, Chief Stu.
Yeah, I'm Meredith. Chief Stu. Chief Stu Meredith, all aboard.
I'm the person who gets fired for being on their phone too much and not care.
Listen, not with work. No. This is just my personal life.
No, yeah. I'll look at a mess and be like, I should clean that up, and then I won't clean it up for like 3 days.
I read the book, The Mountain Is You, and it's motivated me, and let's see how long this motivation lasts.
I read fantasy. Goodbye. Anyway, so it's Friday, 2:22 p.m. The house is preparing for the party. Chief Stu, First Officer Malia, is doing a great job. Jordan's gonna DJ.
Hell yeah.
Jason's here.
Okay.
He's so cute. What?
I'm mad that they basically told us everyone who was coming in the this season on, because I would have been more excited if the doorbell rang and he just walked in.
They were like, that's probably the pizza. And it was Jason.
Yeah. I was so pumped to see him. And then also kind of weird that nobody he really knows is here.
Yeah. It's all the people he has known, except Corey. Corey's fucking pumped. Also, though, as Jason was walking in, I was like, oh my God, Jason's so hot. And then I was like, fuck, he can't hook up with anyone because he has a situationship named Giselle from the Real Housewives of Potomac,
which I forgot about, by the
way. So Jason can do way better.
I completely forgot, because it's been a while since we got the teaser about Amanda having a problem with Giselle, which I'm guessing we'll get next episode.
Yes, Giselle was asked about Jason at BravoCon, so that's why it's fresh
the most recent one.
Yes. Giselle was asked about Jason.
Are they still going on in present day?
Giselle said it's just like light and fun,
Okay. I mean, I'm not mad about it. If you want light and fun, get light and fun.
I support it for Jason. It's what he wants, but I don't like Giselle that much.
At least she's not serious. Just be happy about that.
Gonna be a stepdad. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
So Corey and Jason catch up. Corey tells him that he sings Sam, but he has been tempted in this house. Don't get it twisted.
The way he's changing this narrative with
so weird
people who walk in, it's so funny, because he was not saying that
Corey
the first week or the first few days.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Brian and Jason, they already know each other because they met in New York, but Brian also looks at Jason and is like, oh, he's so hot, he's gonna hook up with a bunch of girls just like I did. But for Brian, he's like, oh no, that's competition. Less girls for me. Yeah.
You're like, that's an opportunity, whereas Brian's like, that changes my opportunities.
Yeah. So then Schwartz gives Katie her present. And Katie's like, wow, it's amazing. And we still don't know what it is.
I know. I don't know why I thought it was just he said something about the blue stone, So I just thought it was a blue brooch. Stone.
Yeah. But she's like, oh, yay, I'm not used to dating decent guys. So now it's 3:41 p.m. and Katie shows Malia the earrings Tom got her. And they're Western boot earrings.
Which they do have the blue stone thing in, because he was looking at a whole table of blue
stone. I would hate these.
If they were $5 from like, you know, the dollar store and he got them, I would think that's funny and like fun for the party. But the fact that they were like $300.
Yeah, you can only wear them to one party.
These are horrid. She's gonna pack those. The only good thing is she's gonna pack those on a boat and make use of them somehow.
Yeah. Whenever they're like, you pick the theme, she's gonna be like, it's country western night. Yeah.
Again, we will make an excuse to wear something twice, but again, that's $150 girl math here. $150 per wear, not worth it.
Also, Schwartz's bar is failing in like his real time. Yes. Why is he spending $300 on these ugly ass earrings?
I don't understand the spending habits of reality TV stars.
So funny.
You don't have that much money to blow money on this.
And Malia's like, oh my God, they're so cute.
I'm like, but she doesn't know the price. They don't know the price. If those were $50, I'd be like, all right, whatever. That's not that bad, you know?
Oh,
they probably think hilarious. They're $50. When they watch this back, they're going to be like, Jesus Christ.
I love it. So then the doorbell rings and they're like, oh, it must be the pizza. But it's not the pizza. It's Aisha.
I'm actually like now getting disappointed. There's no pizza.
I know pizzas here. No pizza. we starve. But I love Aisha. So it's 4:13 p.m. Aisha and all the below deck people, they're so happy. Oh my, because Aisha is the best at BravoCon this year at the below deck, whatever panel. Everyone had to point to who's the most likable, or like, tell us who's the most likable Bravo star. And everyone pointed at Aisha. She does not have one hater.
I don't understand how she could, like how anybody could hate her. So if you are the one person out there, we will
let me know why.
We'll come mob. The rest of the world will come mob you.
Let me know why, so I can try and understand. Second, I'll tell you why you're wrong.
The only thing that sometimes grates on me, and this is maybe why I don't watch her show. I mean, this isn't the reason I don't watch her show. I just don't. I think her accent could drive me nuts if I was watching an all-day bonanza of her show. So like, all right, so just space out the episodes though. That's a you thing, not a her thing.
Her laugh is so funny. I want her to be like my Siri. Like truthfully, she's so funny.
But that's okay.
Oh, so Aisha says she breathes in and suddenly she's pregnant and drawing. House sucks. So also she walks in and she is also a chief stew. And she goes, do you guys mop? And Katie's like, no, we don't have a mop. You knew it. And she's like, yeah, how could you not have a mop?
I love her touching the floor too. And Corey's like, go wash your hands.
She's like, I'm a chief stew. I got this. No worries. Okay, so Katie and Aisha, they're good friends because they're both Kiwis. And they're both from down under. Yeah.
And they're currently
Aisha's show.
And they're currently in Colorado, they say. I'm like, do you guys not have any actual things in common? I love how we're like, we have so much in common.
Well, they both slammed Jack from below deck. Okay, so Jack had I think dated Katie first.
Okay.
And then dated Aisha. If I'm wrong, and it's possible, but he has a giant ass tattoo. Because I think that was a thing that they talked about with Aisha, how he has a giant tattoo of his ex. And then Katie was introduced the next season of Below Deck, and she's like, you don't know me, but you know my ex. It showed like the tattoo. So it was hilarious.
So okay, wait. So to piece this timeline together really quick, Katie and Jack dated off camera.
Yes.
Okay. And then Jack was on a season, already had the tattoo.
Yes.
And then Katie comes on. And all of them are on below deck. Or sorry, on the down under.
No.
Oh, okay.
Aisha and Katie got their start on Med.
Okay.
So Aisha and Jack were on a season of Med together. It was like, oh, I have my ex's face tattooed as like a native, like a tribal native. It was weird. Yeah. But then Aisha didn't mind because she's a cool chick. But then Jack only did the one season, and then Katie came on the next season without Aisha and was like, you don't know me, but you know Jack.
Okay.
So it's very funny though, because Aisha's like, I'm obviously bad at sex because he didn't get my face tattooed on him.
So funny.
So Aisha and her BF live close by in Colorado. Aisha's probably so happy she doesn't have to fucking sleep here. She's like, Scott will just come pick me up.
I was thinking that. I was like, damn, she's like decently close. How nice to just pop in, but then like not have to deal with all this
She didn't
craziness.
have suitcases. That's how you knew.
True.
Aisha and Malia also know each other because they worked on that season of Below Deck
with Jack.
With Jack, I believe.
Okay.
Yes. But they have worked together. No one dislikes Aisha. The only thing about her is she has a very dirty mouth, not in a swear way, but she'll just be like, and she's like kind of dirty. Like she would like lick your butt after you pooped and just like laugh about it. Like she's funny.
I mean, now she was like playing with Malia's boobs.
Yeah, she's a little more tame now, but she still does put her Captain Jason's contacts in, which is so gross to watch.
I have seen that clip. I have never understood it.
Also, she's trying to get Captain Jason laid, but she'll say the way she says it, she'll be like, "Go stick your penis in her," and it's just like so funny because that's her boss. It's awesome. She's a little dirty. Okay, but so Katie, Malia, and Aisha like go hang out so they can tell Aisha everything, especially how Katie has a crush on a man who has whose ex-wife has the same name as her. And Aisha's like, oh my God, you should hook up with him. You could be the next Scandival. Like, Aisha watches Bravo. Like
Aisha knows what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 4:58 p.m. The party guests start arriving. We get some live footage of Jason not being so single from Real Housewives of Potomac.
Oh man.
Kate, I don't know why this was important, but Casey has her friend Mike Ann here.
I don't understand the name Mike Ann.
I thought Mike Ann was gonna hook up with someone, but
I thought Mike Ann was a dude for a minute.
I
like
did
last name Ann. Well, I thought like last name Ann, and then the person had a hat on, and so I was like, I'm just so confused. And then we got a full picture of her in college.
Also, Mike Ann never comes back into the story. So,
well, maybe Mike Ann visits again later, so we had to call him out.
Get out of here, Mike Ann. Okay, so Brian, he's really feeling this girl he just met named Stephanie, and the boys are hyping him up. So it's 6:21 p.m. The party continues. Fabio's here from, I assume, the bar that Danielle met him at.
Okay, was that who that was? I don't. Because they also got a call out to him, and I was like, who cares what this man's name is?
I don't know if they just call him Fabio, but he's flirting with Riley. Then Schwartz licks whipped cream off of Alex's nipple, and then Jordan and Riley are talking, and then Jordan looks down for 2 seconds, and she looks back up, and Riley and Fabio are eating each other's faces.
Well, it's weird because Riley said something like, "Oh, where are you going?" and then like pulled him over to talk, and he just grabbed her face. That would freak me out.
But they kept making out, and Jordan's like, "Oh, please don't do this in front of me."
Jordan, also just get up and walk away.
I know she
sat there for a while.
Yeah. Brian, he's flirting with Stephanie. He's really good here. He compliments her without comparing her to an animated movie character. So that was really fun to watch.
As a viewer,
and then
though,
they make out behind hats.
I wanted more of Brian being Brian, though, but I'm really happy he scored,
This might be Brian, though, he might have just been nervous in the house.
I know. I just want to laugh about him calling a woman an ogre.
That was so funny. But yeah, he makes out with her behind hats.
That was cute. I would want that because I don't really like a lot of PDA, especially in a house where there's a bunch of lights on. That would stress me out. So if a boy was like locking us, I'd be like, okay, I'll kiss you.
That was a good move. Mm-hmm. But Casey sees this and she's like, you want what you can't have. And I was like, Casey, you had a chance and then you peed in front of him.
You had so many chances. You had so many openings. You don't deserve Brian, Casey. I'm off the Casey Brian train.
Yeah. But he keeps kissing her. It's super cute. They like switch hats, kisses her again. So then he tells his friends, he tells one of her friends. He finds Stephanie's friend and is like, "You're friends with Stephanie? I love her. I'm probably in love with her." And I was like, here's my little Brian. But here's the thing. If a guy came up to me after like one kiss and was like, "I'm in love with Meredith," I'd be like, "You should be, and you should go talk to her more."
It's to the friend. If it was to the girl, like that's an ick. But being to a friend, like if you ran to me with like that boy, like who just kissed you, like he's like obsessed with you, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't wait.
But I hope the friend read it right, because I think I do have friends who are like the ones in really long-term relationships that have never had to deal with the dating scene would probably be like, ew, Alicia, he's like stalker creepy. And I'd be like, oh no.
And he's not. He's just
excited. He's Brian.
That's the thing, is it's funny whenever you like the first week you meet someone, you're like, I'm in love with you, but I'm like, not like I love you, you know.
I'm in love with you though.
I'm obsessed with you.
Get it. So then we get footage of Stephanie leaving as Brian's, I think, in the bathroom, or
I internally sobbed for him.
I know, I was really sad. I was like, no, oh my God. Because he comes back and he's like, where's Stephanie? I lost her already.
Oh, tragic.
So the Below Deck girls all hang out. I really love these girls hanging out. I think they're just fun.
And I think it helps move the story along.
Yeah.
In a different way.
So Schwartz comes in. Everyone's a mess. Aisha asks Schwartz why he won't penetrate Katie. And everyone's like, no, it's Floody. Because Schwartz hates the name Katie, which would honestly make me mad. And I'm glad it finally made Katie Floody mad. Because she's like, oh, like, it's just my name, you know?
That's
like,
the thing. If somebody
sex with me
accidentally drops it, you shouldn't have such a visceral reaction. But I understand also you talk about it generally about like, oh, I don't know what I want here. Like, it's weird with the Katie name. I understand talking about it with your friends, but stop like making her feel bad. She can't change her name.
Also, you have this visceral reaction whenever she's just called her name, but you bought her earrings? Like the mixed
classic
Schwartz.
Classic.
What the fuck? So I'm glad she leaves, and she says either get over it or don't do anything at all, which I agree with.
Shit or get off the pot.
Next time Amanda gets hit in the face by a football, and don't you think I'm not gonna laugh at that, because I will. Amanda upsets Danielle. Danielle is indeed upset. Katie is sad that Schwartz is leaving, and they definitely have sex because so they go in this bathroom and then they open the door a little crack. So she puts her bra out. I didn't understand what
I didn't understand that either.
But if you look in the mirror, they're on the ground. Like there's two heads on the counter. But why put your bra outside?
I don't, just put the bra in
the bathtub, the toilet, the sink, the counter.
Do you think that they were trying to put it on the doorknob to be like, this is
don't
taken?
Come in.
Yeah, like a sock, but like that's stupid. They just threw it out there.
Just lock the bathroom.
Yes, but I understand there's like very few bathrooms, you know, like we're gonna be in
just
here
lock
for a while.
It and be like, we're in here a while. That was so funny. I just see two heads.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, next week everyone pay attention to the head. The two heads that like it's like only their foreheads.
He's like probably sitting against the cabinet. Oh my God.
I think they're like about to make out, and she's like, he's probably sitting up, she's probably sitting on his lap, and she's like, let me take my bra.
Yeah, his back is probably like against the
everyone
cabinet.
Everyone go look. It's so funny.
Okay, I can't wait.
Okay, so fun, not fun.
So much happening.
You know the sad part is I want to pick, I'm like, do I pick Danielle for not fun? But it was fun watching her because I was like laughing.
It was not fun only because I was going through my own moments. I didn't need this mirror to my face is all I'm gonna say.
Okay, I have my not fun actually.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm picking Riley because she went to bed and she sucks, and then she made out with Fabio and I hated it.
Good pick. I totally forgot she existed in a great way, you know?
Yeah, I don't like her.
I'm going Schwartz. You gotta decide here. Like, I think Katie's down even just to cuddle and like have just like not really intimate fun. And so like do whatever you're comfortable with, but stop complaining about it and stop sending mixed signals with those stupid earrings.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, fun. There were a lot of funs, honestly.
I know this one's hard because I feel like there was I feel like for me, no like crazy outstanding person, but everybody seemed to have a decent time.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to Katie because even though Schwartz is really denying her. She is keeping the vibes high. She's going in his room and being like, stop being a Debbie Downer. She doesn't let this get her down. She keeps going back for more. She got free earrings that she should pawn and take $300 for. There's just so much happening with Katie. And I like that she's kind of like challenging Schwartz to be like, either get over my name or stop giving me jewelry. But she's still having a fun time. It's unlike Danielle, where like the boy drama's seeping.
She's not letting it affect her, like her worth, her ego. She just wants to have a good time with Schwartz, whether it's laying on the bed, chit-chatting, or soon to be making out in the bathroom.
Exactly. But I do want to say, if Aisha was here a full episode, I would have picked her, because she can enter a room.
I'm disappointed we didn't get Aisha more at the party.
I think our rule should be like, a fun not fun can only be if they were like in a full episode, and that only goes for like a Winter House-esque show.
Yeah.
Where like they come in halfway, but they don't do anything, but they're a fun person. Like Jason could get fun too, because he's fun.
But but he doesn't meet the criteria because he doesn't have enough time to do things.
Yes.
Especially when they split them between 2 episodes, Yeah.
So I'll give it to Katie.
I am going to give it to Brian. He finally secured a girl, and I was so happy for him. I just feel like he is just having the time of his life, Like I loved whenever the like crew at home was talking about how there's been like no fight, and like we're having a great time. And I'm like, Brian, you are having a great time. Like, I love this for you.
We love Brian. Okay, before we go, we got Podcast by the People. We've got Casey, our patron of the episode.
Let's
Ready?
do it.
Okay. Casey says, I've missed y'all so much. I've been watching and listening, but haven't been able to make comments. Here are a few I can think of. I don't think Alex is hot. Great. Thank you so much, Casey. No, me neither. Love Jordan and her aura. She said on Watch What Happens Live that the guys just swarmed her the first day, as they did on Martha's Vineyard. And that gave her the ick. But I don't think Corey did. That guy knows how to play a game, but also Sam. That makes it. We saw that happen on Martha's Vineyard, and it did give her the ick. So we get it. Wow. Okay. It's kind of weird without Paige, especially since Amanda's been missing.
That's true.
Honestly, I haven't thought of Paige once. Is that bad to say?
I've only thought about it in relation whenever at the start, I was like, wow, this is going to be so different from like the dynamics. Yes. Like, we're going to slowly build out the house dynamics, whereas in previous season. No, I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah. Casey says, oh, Tom Schwartz, bless his little heart. No, denied. No blessings. Blessings.
He's like the Good Place. Sorry for a spoiler for those who have not seen the show, but it's been years. But I feel like he's in heaven, but he is hell. Like, it's hell kind of at the same time. He brings the hell. We're in fake heaven where we think we're in a good spot, but we're not. He is the Good Place.
The worst. Okay, and last comment is, I love Danielle and here for her singleness, but I don't know. Feels a little clingy at times. Yeah, Casey. Guys, she's sad girl.
We know it's not a positive
sad girl
moment, but we all go through this. I think I was DMing with Tierney about it last week after she had listened to her show, and she was like, I just see it so differently. And I was like, no, we all see it the same way. It's not fun and happy, but we want her to go through this life phase to get on to the next one.
Here's the thing. People like me and Meredith who sympathize with Danielle and see ourselves, we are obviously still in the dating scene and probably still doing this. Okay.
I was about to say, I'm always in this phase. That's the problem.
I'm still in this phase. If you don't understand this phase, you're probably in a very happy, committed relationship.
Or really
we're really confident in yourself.
We're secure with ourselves in certain ways, but not in that level. No.
This is wild.
Not when there's 12 beers in my system.
If you don't feel bad for Danielle, I'd love to hear your relationship status.
If you saw this episode from a bird's eye view and didn't see it through your own eyes of your own moments, let's chat.
What's up with you?
Tell me how you got to where you are.
What are you up to?
What is your therapist's number? Because I would love to book weekly sessions.
I just have so many questions. Have you ever dated before? Have you ever liked a person that's never liked you back? That also could, be a thing. I don't know. Okay. Casey's last comment is, what else am I missing? Excited for the rest of the season and some drama when Sam arrives.
I can't wait for shit to hit the fan, because like while I'm enjoying everything being copacetic, I need the big blow up.
We know Danielle yells at Brian for talking to his mom, so I'm waiting.
No, my mom sent me this. No one cares about your mom.
Don't talk about my mom. I can't wait. Okay, do all the things. This was a great episode. Amazing.
Great season.
No notes for us.
No notes except for the last hour.
Apologies. Okay, bye everyone.
Thanks for joining. Bye.